Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to speak about the subject of why do we rely on humor so much? Well, if you think about it, we as a society, we as humans, are in sort of farce. Not really a farce, but the thing is that we have this beautiful life in some way where I'm not saying that everybody has the best life, but I'm saying that we live on a beautiful world, on Earth, basically. And I say farce because what's funny about the whole thing is that it's ironic because we live a certain amount of time. Within this time, we do all of these things. We literally do all of these things to achieve a certain goal. Yet, a lot of the stuff that we do, such as work, relies heavily on, hey, you got to save for pension. You got to have a 401k. Think about your retirement. But we should be living life not for retirement. We should live life to live life. And then our older years should also be part of life and not considered as, oh, it's a retirement. We retire from what? We retire from life, from the world? Not really. We're still alive. And at the same time, what's crazy about the way that we are is that we're very ephemeral in some way because we only live a certain amount of time, which is such a microscopic amount of time within the whole history of the universe, the world, 4.6 billion years and all that stuff. And yet, our world, our life, it's everything. And we can be selfish, we can be nice, we can be sad, we can be happy, we can keep grudges, we can keep enemies, we can give a lot away. But the thing is that we do so much effort in order to survive, to basically do all these things, yet the final outcome is always that we're going to disappear, and then it's going to be the next generation. And what's interesting about that is that I found that humor kind of alleviates all that. In some way, if you take life as if it's just not that important in some way, it's important, but at the same time, it's something that's kind of like, okay, it's something like a joke at the same time, because nothing is that serious. Then basically you actually have a much better life because now you're taking everything from a better point of view. And it's kind of hard to explain, but I feel that a lot of people who, for example, have depression or that just don't like to show their true selves, or people who just basically have a hard time dealing with being around other people and stuff like that, sometimes rely on that humor. Because when you're humorous, it's not serious. And if it's not serious, well, then it's not that important. And also, at the same time, if you make people laugh, well, then you're likable. So at the same time, if you're the fat kid, if you're the nerdy kid, if you're just the kid that doesn't have the best physique or whatever it is, then by relying on that humor, then you're able to woo the people that are next to you, that are around you, that basically might not really pay attention to you because now you're likable, now you have that wit. But also at the same time, I think that humor lets us escape the seriousness that we bear on our souls, the seriousness that we bear in our thoughts, and basically then we're able to escape that. And if we're able to escape, then we're able to just not be so worried. And I think in some way, the more intelligent you are, the more worrisome you are, the more you worry about things. And if there's some traumatic thing that happened in your past, well, it's your past. And it's up to you to decide how you actually want it to affect you in the present day, which is kind of interesting. But I do think that humor is very important because, again, we may take things seriously, we may take things with so much passion and all that, but in the end, nothing is that important. Nothing is that that interesting. Even if we were to completely be extinct and this earth to go away, in the grand scheme of things, of the universe, we're just a small little grain of sand. And we look at it from the perspective of someone who is here, like an ant. For an ant, the world is so huge. For us, it's already big, but imagine for some creature that's even smaller, how big it is. Think of it as how you would see the world and how everything looked big when you were a child, and then now it just looks normal because you're kind of used to it. And I think that we need to, as a society, take things more lightly, not be so serious. Understand that borders, languages, nationalities, wars, feuds, all these things were created by us. And if we just kind of give more to ourselves, enjoy things, share a little more, then in the end, well, you just have more harmony and more happiness. And humor does give us that happiness. It gives us that freedom. So I think that's why some people rely on it, maybe sometimes a little too much. Okay, well, that's it. That's all I have to say on the subject. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.